The side of the field, the young man they call Swoggle, Chris James.
Here we go, right, brother? Waiting for you.
Let's get it started on Super Saturday, 15th and 16th. This is the battle for the wooden spoon. Luke Bailey with the Titans. The first opportunity with the footy, tackled 15 metres out. This is Mark Minicello running into Fui Moi Moi and Taniela Lasalo. No surprise, Nathan Highmarsh in there getting dirty already. Matt White, who very much has been an improving footballer over the back of 2011. Schramer at dummy half, links with Bird. He crosses the ruck, runs into Lasalo. Chest on chest, it was Matua as they crossed over the 40-metre line. Here is Schramer opening. Still going, Schramer. Good and cheeky metres from the rookie number 9. Back to Campbell. Plugs it downfield and into the hands of Jared Hayne. Playing back where he belongs.
Thank you, Stephen Kearney. Jared Hayne, Dally M medal winner 2 years ago as a fullback, was outstanding. Good to see that the experiment haven't worked, and for Parramatta fans, new halves joining next year.
Keating at dummy half. Here is Timmy Manor. Very quick play the ball. Many suggest the quickest play the ball of any front rower in the competition as it goes back to Hayne. Dummies on the outside to Ben Smith. A good shot, chest on chest. Still able to get the ball away. The tackle was from Stevie Michaels. Keating, last tackle for the Eels as Hayne goes to the air. Played out by 1, 2 Parramatta players. Play on is the call, free football. Campbell throws it back in field.
Out of Preston scrum here.
And Preston Campbell has caused the flags to go up, but he saved some points in the process.
It was a great kick by Luke Burke. Open space, and Preston might have got a bit older, but still very sharp on his feet. Both sides have thrown the ball around in the first set of 6. They're both going to play football. And Preston just got taken out by Chris Hicks. I was thinking Preston was a chance of going all the way. It was exciting play.
Para fans, just ease back in your seat a little bit. We're only 2.5 minutes into it. But we're 10 metres out. From the scrum it comes. Chris Hicks. Tackled centre field, 9 metres out. Matt Keating moves into dummy half. Off to Moi Moi. Moi Moi backing it in. Still going, Big Fui. It took 4, 5, maybe 6 to stop him. Back on the inside is Manor. The battering ram. The defence is up to it, and it is great defence.
Stay there.
Strip in the tackle. Penalty Eels. Luke Bird is calling the shots out there. Moi Moi, take 2. Runs at Schramer, tries to run over him. He's brought down 2 metres from the try line. Keating, back to Matua. Lasalo short to Smith. And around his ankles, a former Parramatta Eel in Luke O'Dwyer. Flat ball to Nathan Highmarsh. Easily read by LaFranchi and also Minicello. The second row combining. Long ball is on here as it goes out to Bird. Still going the Eels. Horro has been held up.
Tackle 4, held up. Tackle 4.
Oh, desperation in defence.
Wait for the whistle.
Wonderful from the Gold Coast Titans.
They were short on numbers of Titans the whole set of 6. Jordan Rankin, great desperation.
4.
Tackle number 4. Matua now to Highmarsh just to settle things down. Attracts the attention of 3. Now which way do they go? Hayne is on the right. Bird is on the left. They go the former. Grubbers through. Played at and reeled in by the Titans. They've survived back to back. Let's go down to the sideline. Good evening, Gary Belcher.
Yeah, good evening, Andy and Brett. They'll do well to hang on here, the Titans. It's a pretty heavy attack there from the Eels. But for the whole game, when you think about it, they've used 33 players this year. The Titans are down to the bare bones, along with the Roosters and Knights. That's the most by any clubs in the NRL. Ben Ridge wasn't expected to play again this season, but he's come back for this last game. And Brad Myers, I have it on good authority, went very close to playing one last game for the Titans, but just couldn't get the all clear for the Medicos.
25-metre, a modest game from the Titans as Campbell goes to Rankin as the second choice kicker. This is Ken Sio in 18, playing on the right wing for the Eels tonight. A former NYC Toyota Cup player for Parramatta back in 2009 and 10. Bird is taken nicely around the ankles by Bailey. Keating looks left, plays right, goes to Ben Smith, and he's brought down again. It's O'Dwyer. Matura at first receiver. Lasalo, who's one of 5 players to have played in every game this year, Taniela, for Stephen Kearney. Playing a little wider is Moy back to Horro. Ball comes free. Burt chips it up straight into the Titans' hands, but hold on, guys. Come on back. Sorry, Preston. The referee's whistle has blown.
Stop. Yeah, stop.
No, you're not going.
We're going all the way back here. Yeah.
Parramatta feed.
Oh, talk about anticlimactic.
Nathan Highmarsh made the tackle and looked at the ref and said, "What? Our feed."
Yeah, no, he's okay. We've got him under control.
LaFranchi there knocking the ball down as it was a little offload. Tonga looked straight up. Aberdeen Thompson went up straight to Presto.
Chris,
The crowd got off their seats and got a bit loud. It'll go back for another set of 6 for the Titans to defend on their line.
When the tackle's over, like 3 times you've gone into the ball, and I don't want you to do that. When it's over, don't do that. Just get off
There's
quickly. I know
the emergency ward. Some retiring superstars there, and some that have got a long off-season ahead of them. Scott Prince and Ashley Harrison. And Choppy Close, who's not making a comeback, but just keeping his eye on things. Eels again, they've had all the footy, and they've had all the field position, but they've got no points to show for it after 6. Slow play the ball there from Ryan Morgan as he limps back out to the left wing. Can the Titans hold on? Matua back to Lasalo, popping it to Hayne, further to Sio, who has scored a magical try on debut.
Burning on the tackle 3. Can you check the grounding, please?
What about the floater into the hands of Jared Hayne? And then Hayne on to the youngster on the right wing.
Welcome to first grade Ken Sio. If this is awarded on debut, a great try. The Parramatta side tried this early in the set and they played short to Smith. This time out the back, Jared Hayne looping around, puts pressure on the Titans defensive line. A little shimmy and it's a try on debut.
Checking the grounding. Feet are okay. No problems there. Super Sio. A 4-pointer inside his opening 6 minutes. Our video ref is Bernard Sutton. Dangerous feet there. Geordie Rankin. Maybe an issue here.
Yes, it was.
And it's a try to Sio. Started the year playing Bundaberg Cup.
Jordan.
Moved into New
Just
South
be careful
Wales
with your
Cup.
feet when you come in. You give 8 points away. Thank you.
And has got his start in first grade. Last game of the season. What about the ball from Lasalo? Sweet.
They set it up perfect. The time before they hit Ben Smith short into the hole brings the Titans defensive line up and in, and that time O'Dwyer being forced to come up and in again, and the ball out the back to Jared Hayne. Stephen Kearney and the Parramatta side, good execution of play.
Burt from the sideline. Has it got the legs? It certainly does. 6 points to 0 in favour of the Parramatta Eels after just 8 minutes, and this is how it happened.
That's the key to Jared Hayne playing fullback. He can pick set plays to chime in on rather than being the ball player, and then it's a lot harder defensively to find where is Jared.
Oh, Fui, that was heavy contact there initially. Bull Bailey was part of the welcoming committee. Here is Mana. Tracked diagonally across the ground. They didn't want to meet the defence head-on as they come back near side. Lasalo, who played a major role in that opening try over the 30-metre line. Hindmarsh bypass to Luke Burt, given plenty of space. 40-20 is on, and 40-20 is his. It is all the Eels.
Well, that's been Luke Burt. In no halfback for Parramatta this year, no general kicker, has done a lot of the responsibility in kicking. Left foot and kicks it back across the football field. Jordan Rankin probably caught going to the other side on the up.
He got some on that, didn't he?
Kicked it very well. It's all Parramatta. They build pressure, they complete sets, they're executing plays.
6-0, looking to extend to Ben Smith. He's going to settle it from point of reception there. Keating treading over a fallen Titan and offloads to Timmy Mana, who muscles his way to within 6 metres. Keating at crossfield to Luke Burt. Steps, bumps off one and a second. Still going to the line, Luke Burt, but it's denied. Keating dummy half. Hayne again, back on the inside to Justin Horro, who changes things dramatically here. Had the left arm available, was looking to Rennie Matua, decided against it. Matua involved again, Moi. Oh, what a tackle, Preston Campbell. Littlest bloke on the field, biggest bloke on the field, and onto his backside he went.
20.
Out to the 20, the kick just a little too long.
The tackle by Preston took all the momentum out of the Eels side. It shocked him. Go low, cut the big blokes in half. Very courageous though, jumping in front of Fui. And then the kick too long, the Titans do well to survive.
Matt White bounces out of a shoulder check there from Matua. They come back near side on the inside ball. Good ball from Mark Minicello. Was the speedster David Mead. Here is Strama. Big on the blind side tonight, the Titans, as it goes to Campbell, who's running out of numbers. They're thinning open side, but a little bit of room out wide. Past Burt initially, who comes back for a second dig. Dragged to the ground is Bodine Thompson. Campbell pumps it through. Preston Campbell tries to flick it back up. All of a sudden, Jared Hayne is in open space. The Eels looking to go 100 metres and move one step further away from the wooden spoon. He's produced again.
Titans fans, you had some bit of Preston magic. The little grubber, the regather, the pass. We see it here, Preston throws a dummy, beats Luke Burt. Tiny little grubber, great touch, passes, and then Jared Hayne gets it. And Mead, who gives him a 10-metre head start, was coming. Jared Hayne, we had the plane out a couple of years ago. He has been doing sprint training again recently to get some spark back and gets to the line. The Eels, it's a big game and their best player stands up. They've started on fire, Parramatta. They do not want to take that wooden spoon home tonight.
They're keeping time almost with the clock at the moment. Keeping pace, should I say, with the clock. 2 tries, but all of the football. 71% possession. We'll have a look at the completion rates after the goal kick here. Haven't made it easy for Luke Burt tonight. Doesn't seem to be an issue, though. 12-0, Parramatta over the Gold Coast. Now, we spoke about the completion rates for these two footy sides. Amazing numbers you're about to see. Parramatta have completed 9 from 9. The Titans just 2 from 4. One good reason why the scoreboard looks like it does. And here is Moi Moi. Back into the pack. They've been forced to make double the amount of tackles than their opponents, the Titans, so far. Getting to Hindmarsh. Free spirit football from Parramatta. And looking good early on. 7-game losing streak for Parramatta late in the year. Round 18, there were still dreams, ambitions and goals of playing finals football, and very few would doubt them. Early break for Tim Mannah, very early break.
I'm quite surprised he's come off, Andy. If you talk about stats, 10 from 10 completion rate, and all the field position, all the ball, Parramatta have only had to do 40 tackles. I don't know how Tim Mannah could be tied. It's a strange interchange.
Unless that hammy still bothering him from last week. 12 points is the most points scored in the opening quarter of a game by Parramatta all year long. We've still got 5.5 minutes left. Rankin pumps it downfield. Hayne doesn't have to make a play at it. So back to the 20 we come. Good result there for the Titans. Gives them a very brief rest, and it also gives them the opportunity to reset defensively on the 30. What about Hayne? 3 metres inside his own in goal. Looked up, saw Greg Bird and thought, yep, I'll take that. Now, what would have been going through Jared's mind? That missed try opportunity going back 5 or 6 weeks at Parramatta where he took the ball out?
Well, that was quite a strange decision to go outside the corner post and try and score when he wasn't under that much pressure. The confidence of doing that sprint work over the last few weeks, he would have had more trust that he would make the line.
He wouldn't have wanted David Mead any closer, didn't he? Show some unbelievable speed. Back to Luke Bird. Through. A little grubber looking for Hayne, but finds Campbell, who dummies. Then steps, turns, and tries to go under the 16 in Mitchell Allgood, who is on the field for Tim Mannah. And for a report on the state of origin prop, let's go sideline with Gary.
Yeah, everything going right for the Eels, apart from the fact that Tim Mannah's gone off. It's his hammy. He's twinged his hammy. Not sure just how bad it is at the moment. He's gone inside to check it out. But you reckon if the scoreboard keeps ticking over like it does, I don't think we'll see him back.
Knock on Gold Coast. The completion rate, not good, but perfect from the visiting side.
Hand on ball.
This is what happens to a side when you start poor. You have 12 points put on you. You have no ball. Your kicks go dead. You have no rhythm in a football game. You've got to get a couple of back-to-back sets of completion. Suddenly the Titans would feel very tired. They chase the ball quite a lot. As a football player, complete your sets, get in rhythm, and then your football comes. You can't force it to happen.
Outside leg up, Fui. 2 hands on it, Rennie. Put in. Out!
Matua feeding the scrum. Smith at first receiver from the scrum again. A couple of metres. Here is Horrow. Both of these two guys equally at home in the back row, but have played plenty of both position to be comfortable enough. Hindmarsh. Hit up number 5 for the night. 22 metres out from the try line. Mid-count to Burt at first receiver. Out the back to Hayne. Matua, some ball players in this movement. Rennie is taken to the ground. Smith on Minichella. Calls for the assistance of O'Dwyer and also Schraber. Last tackle now for Parramatta. 10 metres out. Hayne grubbers through, finds the post. Burt flicks it back up. Hindmarsh. It's another Parramatta try. Ryan Morgan's claiming one, but we're going to the video.
I've got last tackle, Bernie. We need an offside chaser on the kick, please.
Just checking the chasers here.
Jared Hayne aimed this kick at the upright. Huge padding with the sponsorship logos on it. He found it. I think it might have even been a left footer too. Shows how talented and skillful they are. A left foot aimed to the post and scores it.
Yeah, it's a great kick by Jared Hayne, as you said, and he left-footed and hits the post, checking to see whether Luke Burt
is in front of him.
Is onside or is he just offside. The ball goes backward off Luke Burt to Nathan Hindmarsh. Would have thought he was going to score, but just looks up and sees the overlap. Morgan able to get the ball down quite fine, so the ruling will be on Luke Burt here. Is he in front or behind as the ball is kicked? The line helps you a little bit to make your decision.
Onside. Play on is my call, I think.
I think you have to go green light, benefit of the doubt. Certainly looks like he is in line. Flicks it backwards.
Nathan Hindmarsh would have thought this was beautiful. Picks the ball up, saw no one in front of him, but then decided to offload out to Morgan on his left. Hindmarsh hasn't scored a try all year, despite playing in every game.
I don't know if he would have got there, Andy.
Yeah. 3 tries in the opening 20 minutes of football. But despite the scoreline, considering what has happened over the last 2 months or 6 months, there wouldn't be a Parramatta fan in the country confident just yet.
I don't know if there'd be a Parramatta player confident of being in front and hanging on. There are some good signs at the start of the game, but the closer this game's going to get, the more nervous the players are going to become, and the more nervous the guy standing next to me commentating is going to become, because he is riding this wave with Parramatta.
Deep breaths. Deep breaths. I guess we're meant to hide it, Noddy, as commentators, but deep down, all of us are exactly like everyone watching around Australia. We're footy fans, we're footy tragics, and we ride every tackle and every point with our side. Burt trying to squeeze it in, just fades away, hits the upright. So after 19 minutes, it is 16-0 in favour of the Parramatta Eels.
That is a great kick by Jared Hayne. Left-footed, hits the pad. Stephen Kearney has taught Parramatta discipline. Oh. How does a Parramatta fan now, at 16-0, the first mistake for the side was a horrible one.
Last year, Parramatta led 12-0 at half-time against the Titans and got beaten, I think, 32-34-12. Up here, 34 unanswered points it was. Not home yet. Oh.
I just told him. I just said to him, kick it on or behind the line. And it was this far over. And you think I like him.
I'm here, Brady.
Wait.
We haven't seen that for some time. The penalty, a clear one in the eyes of the referee. The Titans play on. They do so through White. He's a big unit, this fella too. Starting to find a little bit of consistency in his game as well as some impact. Zillman brought down nicely. A good hip tackle from Matua. Smith was involved as well. To Mark Minicello. A speculator and straight into the hands of the Parramatta Eels. A completion rate 3 from 7 in the opening quarter of the game.
The Titans side, thankfully for their coach, they've bought some players next year because they struggle to make an impact in the line. They struggle on offloads, on try assist. They've bought 2 big front rows next year, 2 centres that are quite well framed and hit holes. Watching them on Monday night against the Tigers, they look rudderless. And again there, the ball to the ground on play 2 off a tap. It shouldn't happen.
Wait for the touch. Wait.
Bird to Moimoi. And a high shot here.
High tackle. It slipped up, but it's still high.
Penalty count 3-1 in favour of Parramatta. High. I guess by the letter of the law.
2 balls.
Guys like Steve Roach and Les Davidson, they see that as a bit of affection, nothing more. Oh, Moimoi bumps off David Mead, who was outweighed by probably 20-odd kilos. Luke Bird at first receiver to Nathan Hindmarsh, travelling across field. And Matty Schramer right around the stripes on the socks. From Keating it goes to Matua. Steps to straighten the line of the attack. Had an option on his outside. It was Lasalo. He didn't go there. Hindmarsh to Allgood, trying to back it in. Mitchell, 3 metres out. Last play. Keating grubbers, looking for someone, anyone. And Greg Bird has knocked this on, almost untouched.
He's knocked his hand in.
You can see Greg Bird very unhappy. The pads are huge. Every kick is getting them. Keating comes out. Burt was chasing. And Greg Bird dives on the football. Yeah. Helped by Jared Hayne. The ref did miss it, but still a knock on.
Don't jump.
Thanks, Nate. Thanks very much. Arm over the top.
He got away with one there.
Arm over the top, Matt.
Mr. Hayne.
Stand up, please.
Look at that. 21-3. Tackled in your opposition 20.
Come on, guys. And now you, Luke.
Nathan Hindmarsh's hooker.
Actually, I've seen Rennie Matua feed the last 2 scrums. He's putting the ball in the middle. That doesn't happen anymore.
Rennie Matua's halfback, Nathan Hindmarsh's hooker. And Luke Burt playing 5'8" here.
Do you imagine the hookers from the old days when it used to be a competition?
Yeah.
Ball's come free.
He tried too hard. Just stand
And a massive relief for the Titans.
Standing up, all right?
A pivotal point for them, they are hoping.
Luke, make sure you're buying properly, all right? Make sure you're buying
Fair call or not?
Well, Schramer had hold of the legs, but he did nothing to Luke Burt's hand that had hold of the football.
Jared, all the way in. Don't
Poor
come out of
control.
the way. Wait. Hold.
Poor
Put your head in.
controlling
Put your head in.
in just thumb
Ball
grip.
in.
Hold the
Out.
ball tighter, Luke.
Mark Minicello wrapped up by Ben Smith. Good front on tackle as Tim Manor there being iced up under the watchful eye of Vicky Locke. Physio, whose lovely little champion son Jake could be watching at home tonight. Here go the Titans, the speedster on the right wing, David Mead. But the Eels there in number, and Mead showed plenty of strength as well as speed to stay in the field of play. Back to Campbell. Now to Bird. Stops, then restarts after getting past Luke Bird. And the tackle ended up quite awkward at the end of that. Campbell challenges the line. Moi Moi tries to get a shot on, maybe a receipt for what happened earlier. Awful play, the ball. Awful.
Hand over.
And a handover it will be.
Hand over right here. Hand over, guys, hand over.
There was a knock on after it. Preston Campbell first knocked on and played it. Then Matt Schramm knocked on. You feel sorry for John Cartwright.
Completion rate, Noddy?
Parramatta outstanding.
3 of 9.
15 from 7. You can't win a football game when you're 3 from 9. You can't even get into a contest.
No.
You can try, but physically you will not get into a football game with those stats.
About the look of big Johnny Cartwright watching on from above. He's had a tough year and it doesn't look like it's getting any better in round 26. Oro bounces off one into a second. Will Matthews down for St George Illawarra next year. Big exchange of passing. Out to Ben Smith on the last, pumps it infield. Jordan Rankin is there, but so too is Jarryd Hayne with some teammates, but Rankin almost split them straight through the middle. Good return from the Titans fullback.
He's certainly found his position, Jordan Rankin. He was a 5'8" in the Toyota Cup for 4 years. Come up, trialled at 5'8", played some games, but fullback. Very similar to Jarryd Hayne. Picks and chooses when he wants to come in the line, and there's more space when you're a bit wider away from the football.
This is William Zillman, who's currently in the 6 jersey. I guess the two of them at different stages during a match, depending on what you're looking for, could be interchangeable. Ball's free again. No surprise there. 30% completion. Haven't been awarded the wooden spoon, the Gold Coast in Titans form. Have in previous forms of the footy club, but not since they came into the competition as the Titans. And at the moment, it's about 52 minutes away. He's going to end up with my haircut by the end of next year, John Cartwright, if it continues like this. Sia, who's scored a magical first try. Back on the inside from Smith. 15 is big Shane Shackleton. 50-metre gain for Parramatta this set. To Jarryd Hayne and to the air. A little too deep perhaps for Hayne. Oh! Ben Smith so close to getting a hand to that, but beautifully taken by Steve Michaels in the end.
Well, the pressure from Luke Bailey as a penalty given to the Titans. Parramatta will lead the Titans back into the game with poor discipline. Smith had a shot at the football. Luke Bailey put pressure on Hayne, forcing the kick early. And Smith, if he was probably watching the ball, could have stole a try.
Can the Gold Coast get through a complete set? Schramm at a restart. Minicello to Ben Smith. Bounces off. Ball to ground. And play on as the call because Minicello jumps back onto it. Could have been a first tackle turnover. Not the first tonight. Bailey spits it out the back. And play on as again the call. Ball's come free. And sorry, but the Titans deserve that one. This is diabolical stuff from a normally very structured, very calculated football side and football club.
Without being too harsh, Andy, these Titans side was in the semi-final, round 2 or week 2 of the semi-final 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They were an outstanding team to watch. They played well, they were fit, they scored tries. In 2 years, how have they gone so far backwards?
Parra was in the GF.
Parramatta, at least Parramatta are losing golden point games, are close. You see improvement.
Hard to convince an Eels supporter when they've lost 7 straight that there's been any improvement there in the back end of the year. Horro is off. Paddy O'Hanlon is on. Parramatta now looking for their 4th for the night. Last tackle, another 50-plus metre gain set. Payne is wide. Second man ball. It's on again for the Eels, who are in, and Morgan collects number 2. And you could see that coming on the fragile and thinned out right-hand side defence of the Titans from a play before.
With a completion rate of 4 from 12, you're always going to hit the wall defensively. Jared Hayne going to the line. A good face ball. Creates the overlap. And Morgan, strong. Bailey defending as 3 defender. That's in trouble. And then they create a 4-on-3. Bodine Thompson tries to hold Morgan up. But in the end, the weight of possession is going to take its toll. You can't defend and stop tries.
5 for the year, 5 in his career. Another one of this class of 2011. Young Ryan Morgan playing just his 14th game in the top grade. And has crossed for a double. Came into the competition in 1947. Parramatta Eels, 11 wooden spoons so far. The last in 1972. Burt from the sideline. Struck it perfectly. Flags are up. 22-0 is the scoreline. So we go sideline with Gary.
Well, there's a lot of work to do in the Titans camp, isn't there? The second worst in the competition so far for handling errors, and Johnny Cartwright will be tearing his hair out. He's sent given Luke Bailey a rest. Brenton Lawrence on. Not sure I know what he's going to be able to do for the side, but if they don't hold on to the football, it's going to be over. As far as half-time, they're just going to be chasing a massive score.
Just analysing the completion rate. Now, Parramatta is 18 from 20. The Titans are 4 from 12. But they've also received 2 penalties while in possession of the ball. So they effectively have only got to the end of their set on 2 occasions in 33 minutes of footy.
I think defensively, Andy, you can defend good if you complete your sets and build pressure, and then you're not as tired. If you drop the ball all the time, you will not be a good defensive side.
Yep. They're making footballing mistakes, but they're playing with energy. They're playing with desperation. They're putting the effort in, but it is just not working. Awkward bounce there for Steve Michaels at the back. He's lifted, then driven back. 3-man tackle.
The Titans kick pressure. They have 2 or 3 players coming out of the line at Parramatta. It exposes a hole. I wouldn't be surprised if they pretend to kick and run the football.
Penalty here to the Gold Coast.
Marky, word square. Get word square. Up here, mate. Sorry, Chris.
Good news for the Titans this week with the new Premier partner signed this week, iSelect. Going to be on their jersey for the next 5 seasons. Some big names recruited for next year as the ball comes out the back to Campbell. Challenges the line, bounces off one, isn't going to bounce off Hindmarsh. Just Nathan's 8th tackle tonight. Shows how little defence the Eels have had to do. 15 is Matthews. Strong up at the ladders. Schramer plays out the back to Zillman, who passes it to no one. Rankin caught at the back by a group of Parramatta Eels. It is still mid-count. Torpy back to William Zillman. Saw a hole, then popped the ball. He did so to Rankin. The Titans looking, hoping, searching. They need some points and they need them now. Campbell chips it through, and Kensio on debut plays it safe and gets rid of the football, but the pressure remains on Parramatta.
Well, can the Titans complete back-to-back sets? Can they put pressure on Preston Campbell? A nice little kick. Seo nice and safe, taps it dead. But again, you saw the ball hit the deck from the Titans. They tried to set play, and the ball found no one.
Here we go, stay on.
Behind the line, on the line. You got 48 metres out of it, Luke Burt. And tackle number 1, centre field. Good chase there from the Eels downfield from that dropout. It had plenty of height on it, and it enabled the chasers to get a good way upfield. To Campbell, Minicello back on the angle, runs into Hindmarsh and friends. Keating involved in the tackle, so too Mitchell Allgood. Playing to Zillman, now to Bird, back to Zillman, further to Rankin. Steps off the right a couple of times and runs in to Ryan Morgan, who's scored a double and defending in the centres. Clinton Torpey travelling across field, and a couple of runners slow to the ball on his inside. He gets to within a couple. Last play now, it's on this side of the field. Rankin, but Seo up out of the line, puts an end to the Titans' movement.
Good defensive play by Seo. The Titans attack at all, overrun Preston. Rankin got the ball and Seo come in. You see here, they all thought Preston was going to kick. They overrun it. Rankin gets the ball. No communication there on what was on from the Titans, but great defence.
Matua tries to palm off Bird. Schramer involved in the tackle. Here is Lasalo into the ditch area, just behind the ruck. Keating back to Bird, who already has 140-20 tonight. Not going to get it here, but it wasn't far off. Steve Michaels through the centre. Couldn't get through, almost. Some desperation defensively from Mitchell Allgood. Now it's Luke O'Dwyer. Potentially the Titans' last offensive set before half-time. Schramer trying to create a 3-on-2. Michaels does well to hold on to the football before being shut down by his opposite Seo. Brendan Lawrence, centre field. Getting late in the count. Only one more play following this as Rankin wraps, passes to Mead. Doesn't use the speed he's been gifted, uses the power. Running into Luke Bird over there. Across field, an opportunity for the Gold Coast. It comes up in the hands of Jared Hayne, though. It appears they're going to go to half-time with a donut next to their name on the scoreboard.
Well, the Titans wouldn't have expected this today. Coming to play for Preston, coming to send their little champion out on a high note, and to be going in at 0. It's okay to ball play. They need to play a lot straighter, the Titans. Sideline to sideline, but no one's having to make a decision. Parramatta just sliding with them and making the tackle quite easy.
They're going to play safety football here, conservative football. The Eels late in the count get a penalty. They're going to get the position as well. They won't be able to get through a full set of 6. They're going to put plenty of pressure onto the Titans and some nervous moments for John Cartwright leading into half-time. They're going to begin the set. 30 seconds left on the clock, 15 metres out from the try line. Bird, 2 Allgood. Thought about spitting the ball out the back. Torpey with a late shot on the fallen front rower. Here is Hindmarsh to Shackleton. 10 seconds remaining. Potentially the last play of the half for Parramatta. Keating to Burt. Steps a couple of times. Still going, Luke Burt. And brought to the ground. Plays the ball back to Keating. to Matua. And Parramatta are going to go to ground, 5 metres out from the try line. Siren has sounded here at Skill Park, and after 40 minutes, it is the Eels 22, leading the Titans 0. One-way traffic in the opening 40 minutes. Can the Titans recover as we go sideline with Gary?
Yeah, it's going to be tough for the Titans from here. The only thing in their favour is a couple of Parramatta players have dropped out of the contest. We're pretty sure Tim Manor slightly tweaked his hamstring. Now Justin Horo has a calf injury as well. Pretty sure they won't be back tonight. Positive they won't be playing next week.
Yep, the end of the season tonight for 34 players and 2 football clubs. 4 tries to 0. Can the Titans turn it around in the second half? You Titans fans are hoping so. After the break, all the first half highlights, they are all blue and gold.
Let's see what they can produce in this 40 minutes.
Welcome back to Skilled Park. Second half action live on Fox Sports Super Saturday. In the battle for the dreaded wooden spoon, 15th and 16th. The Titans and the Eels, it's all the Eels in the opening 40 minutes. 4 tries to 0, 22 points to 0. Across the 30-metre line, Nathan Hindmarsh. Here is Pat O'Hanlon in 17. Enormous raps on him at Parramatta, a young superstar in the making. And I think on that wiry frame will be one of those ones, Noddy, that when we see him next year, he's going to be plus 7 or 8 kilos from an intensive off-season of weight training, weight gaining. Kick downfield, taken nicely by Rankin on the run. He keeps the pace. And good energy from Jordan Rankin to start the second half. Ran straight into Ryan Morgan. And the Titans crossing the 30 on just play number 2. Back the short side, the very powerful Bodine Thompson. O'Hanlon in the tackle. Here is Matt Schramer. Travelling across field, looking for someone to link up with. He finds Mark Minicello. Back to Schramer. Now to Bird. Challenging the line. Thought he was taken a little high there, Greg. Complained. Refs didn't want any part of it as Campbell kicks down. Taken by Hayne on the full, wearing jersey number 6, but playing in the more familiar role of fullback. What was said at halftime, I think we've got a fair idea, but for confirmation, let's check in with Gary Belcher.
Yeah, 177-game veteran Brad Myers, who's retiring after this weekend. Almost made it 178, Brad. You wish you were out there, mate, at the moment?
Mate, yeah, the way they're going, yeah, no, not really. But no, I would have loved to have been out there, but can't afford to do that. So yeah.
What was the feeling in the dressing room? Was it a disappointment, embarrassment? What are they? How are the players?
Yeah, mate. Yeah, they're just a bit embarrassed by the way they've performed in the first half. You know, turning over easy ball and making a lot of tackles and stuff like that. So the plan is this half. Make sure we complete sets, get to the kick, make them do all the tackling, and see how we go. Anyone
singled out by Cardi to watch from the Eels' point of view? Burt and Hayne in particular are going well, aren't they?
Yeah, no, they're all going well. So we just, they're all pretty dangerous around the park at the moment. So, like I said, I don't think we were worried too much about them. We were just more worried about ourselves and making sure that we get to complete our sets and get to the kick.
Good on you, Brad. Good luck in retirement. Thanks, mate.
Some magic from Jared Hayne through the centre there, almost resulted in first points for the second half. Shackleton, a good quick play the ball on the 30-metre line. Back to all good it goes from Keating across the 20. An easy gain of 10. Very simple stuff from the Eels, but gee, it's effective tonight. Burt to O'Hanlon. Luke in jersey number 1 tonight, not playing there, playing at first receiver for the majority. Matua back on the inside to Allgood, still going. Brought down a couple of blades of grass short of the white. Bird out the back to Hayne. Nothing doing there. So he heads centre field. Pops it over the top. Ben Smith flies through the air, and the Eels collect another. The small but vocal Parramatta Army is here in attendance. 26-0. Kick to come.
Well, Jared Hayne is picked up in the second half where he finished. The chip kick, got the line drop, and then nothing on the left side here for Parramatta. Looks across, and Ben Smith flying, coming out of the line. Jared Hayne has put a mark of excellence on tonight's game. Fullback means he doesn't do much tackling. He's fresher, and execution of plays terrific. Where did that kick come from?
4 try assists for Jared Hayne, and he scored the other one. So if he's in your Fox Fantasy footy side this week, you'd be going just all right. A little bit like Aku Uate last night. 90-something odd points, I think it was. Luke Bird, 75% tonight with the boot. And as good as that stat is for the year at 84. Gee, they're good numbers. And of course, after the goal-kicking rap comes the goal-kicking duff. He hits the upright for the second time tonight. Hayne in total control. Ben Smith, beautiful from the outside, knew exactly what was on. And we restart as Fui stretched up on the sideline. He'll probably be a couple of minutes before he's thrown into action. That Parramatta interchange has been adjusted, no doubt, with the injuries to Justin Horrow and also Tim Manor. It's Taniela Losalo. Penalty Eels.
Very concerned, Andy, for the Titans at the moment. They've had a half-time speech where the coach wasn't there. They've come out and dropped the ball. Then some Jared Hayne brilliance has got a line drop. Then they've conceded the try. A penalty now for poor discipline.
He looks as relaxed as ever, Jared. Throwing himself into the game when he wants, not play-by-play. And many suggest that is when he's at his best. And you can add a pretty good case for it on tonight's performance. Quick play the ball for Shackleton there. Here is Hayne again. Beats one. Gee, wasn't far off beating the tackle completely there. Schramer holding on as the principal defender, but there were 3 or 4 guys that also got involved in the tackle that didn't last all that long. Play number 4, back to Hayne. Bird on the inside! Steps and is brought down. Great tackle from Jordan Rankin. Back to Jared Hayne. Pops it over the top, looking for Taniela Losalo, but Ben Smith will do. Hayne to Smith, twice in 4 minutes. And this could be anything.
The Jared Hayne experiment doesn't work because defensively he makes 30 tackles a game. Opposition sides run at him. He's nothing in attack. It was a great ball inside to Luke Burt, who looked like scoring. Only a slip had stopped him. Jared Hayne could have picked any players here to pick. The kick, Michaels comes in to catch it. In a period of 4 minutes, Ben Smith has scored 2 off Jared Hayne kicks.
Losalo thought he had one there. Smith grabbing a double. 7 for the season. Played majority of the year in the middle of the pack, middle of the field. Back out into the centres. A lot of outside backs injured at Parramatta. He's filled in where he's had to as Luke Bird adds the extras. 32 points to nil as we go sideline with Gary.
Gee, it's smart player. Look at Johnny Cartwright, just shattered. Lucky for him, it's the last time of the year it'll happen. But Hayne knows that once they commit a lot of players on the left, they did so with that inside ball to Burt, that the Titans, whoever the opposition are going to be short on the other side of the park, and they really were 2 or 3 players short, the Titans. He took full advantage of it, as you said, twice in 5 minutes.
Here is Justin Poor in jersey number 20 with that right knee heavily strapped. Just his 4th game for the year. He's had a horrible run of injury with that knee problem since joining Parramatta from the Dragons. On big dollars, Justin was purchased over a multi-year deal, and he is hoping the Eels get a little bit more value out of him next year. If you take a look at the second half possession, 87-13. It's just more of the same, over halfway. Here is Poor again. Even the simple little plays from Parramatta, the basic plays, front row taking it up, it's making 11 or 12 metres. Hayne pumps it into the air. Test here for Rankin. Batted back. And batted to Hayne. Taken by Michaels. That is the 0 tackle for the Gold Coast.
It was an easy set of 6 by Parramatta. 60 metres travelling up and 5 hit-ups. A great kick, and Luke Burt bats it back.
Brendan Lawrence taken down low by Poor. Round the chest by Keating. To Zillman. Looks to accelerate through a gap, but the gap shut quickly. Again, Keating from the inside. Moy from the outside. Bird. No, not collared by Moy. Schramer to Campbell. Minicello. Bumps off a couple. Still going, Mark Minicello. It's a strong run. Not necessarily a big metre gain, but a strong run nonetheless. To Bird. Oh, he's got a big spiral on this. A test for Hayne. He's not going to drop one tonight. Not the way he's playing. Greg Bird, we've seen the head rock back a couple of times tonight. Penalty?
I would think that would have been a penalty, but they were presuming Greg was trying to milk the penalty and called play on. So I'd like to add a few names to this Parramatta side. In seeing what Stephen Kearney's done, their completion rate's great. They get into the arm wrestle. They've lost golden points. Chris Sandow, Ben Roberts, and Willie Tonga.
Essie Tonga as well.
There is some try-scoring freaks or players that set up plays and build a football game in that group of names. They've got the structure now. They just need the ball players to end the jigsaw.
Steve doesn't believe the forward pack needs any adjustment or any additions. He's very happy with what they've been achieving. A little bit more points. That's what they're after. Just short of halfway. Late in the count to Bailey. Now to Campbell. Travelling across field. Beats Matua once. Couldn't get on the outside of Ben Smith. Then ran into Ken Sear. Last play now. Back to Zillman they go. A rushed kick in. As a result, they go straight to Jared Hayne at the back. Runs into Bailey, and then also Anthony LaFranchi, who plays his last game here tonight. Of course, before taking off for UK Super League.
Just needs one more try. Equal at the moment with Matt Rogers on 32 for the most tries for the Titans. One more in tonight's game certainly would help get the Titans off at 0, but would then make him the most prolific try-scoring Titans history.
Most cap. Hindmarsh. Moy. Oh, almost in open space. Great tackle from Schramer on the bigger man. Keating tosses it out the back to Hindmarsh. In turn, he gets it to Justin Poor. Second and third phase football spread amongst the forwards here at the Eels. 58 metres gain. Back to Bird. Over the top he goes. Playing on here. Lasalo on the inside to Hayne. Tosses it. Campbell then knocks it on.
You were held on the ground.
And now they're saying Jared was held.
Wait, no, just wait. Just settle there.
Wow, that is a
After
massive
the
decision.
fact.
It was great play by the Parramatta side. The Titans rush up, create the hole. Wow, I'm thinking knock on Preston Campbell. Parramatta, scrum and feed.
If he was tackled and held, it's a penalty.
Correct. So is that a general penalty, general ball for Titans? We feel sorry for you at the moment.
That's a presto carry on, play on. Out the back to behind Greg Bird. Out of David Mead, who hasn't been in a position tonight to see a lot of the football. Bailey. Nothing changes in this big man's game. And that's a positive. Campbell down the short side, over the top. Rankin, I thought he was offside. Play on is the call. Pao Hanlon suggesting that LaFranchi there knocked the ball on as Campbell pumps it across field, looking for Michaels. Found Michaels. The ball came back in field. And forward pass is rightly the call.
On the line, guys.
It was exciting play by the Titans. A little chip kick from Greg Bird. Jordan Rankin gets it. LaFranchi tries to throw it back, regathers. Tackle 5 is called. And Preston kicks it to the winger, to Michaels. Just a tad too long. If it lands in play, maybe a chance of getting it. But then, CO defensively again, very strong. Forces the error.
Working it from their backfield, it's something Parramatta hasn't had to do a lot tonight. Back to Luke Burt. Inside runner is Justin Paul. Good low tackle from Greg Bird. Inside the 40, already won 40-20 tonight for Parramatta through that left boot of Burt. Michaels fields it 5 metres out from his own in-goal line. Runs back into the Eels. Massive day of rugby league tomorrow. We're going to kick it off with a Toyota Cup NRL doubleheader on NRL Sunday. Live from ANZ Stadium with Toyota Cup kicking off at 11:45. And then the main game at 2 o'clock. It's the Canterbury Bankstown Bulldogs and the Canberra Raiders. We hope you can join us, but your night's not over there because it's 6 o'clock, the pre-game show, 7 o'clock kickoff. It's not Monday night footy, it's Sunday night footy. In this final round, the Sydney Roosters and the Melbourne Storm do battle at the SFS. Hope you can join us Sunday and Sunday night. Make the most of it, I guess. Final weekend of 8 games of footy. What I'm going to do next weekend, Noddy? Well, no footy to watch, or not as much footy to watch. I'll have to spend some more time with you-know-her.
Yeah, I've got 4 kids, Andy, to spend some time with. Is that what you mean?
Keating to O'Hanlon. Tall young kid, only slightly built, tackle on halfway.
He runs a great line, Pat O'Hanlon.
Yeah.
Really strong right-hand fan. He is traditionally going to be a left second rower for Parramatta and will create some havoc. As you said, 5 kilos heavier.
Hayne. He saw an opening there as Tim Manning comes back onto the footy field for Paris. Another good sign. Touched it was, and play on as the call. Again, good field position for the Titans to start their set. Don't forget the Dally M's on Tuesday night, live on Australia's Sports Leader. Who's your tip, Noddy? Is Jonathan Thurston going to hang on despite a long layoff with injury, or is it a Benji Marshall or a Billy Slater?
I'm going to tip Billy Slater.
Yep.
I think he's been outstanding. I think Benji will come close. And unfortunately for JT, the injury in Origin might have cost him another medal. I'm interested in Rookie of the Year. I think that's a big award this year. There have been some outstanding rookies.
Yeah, quality field. LaFranchi to the line. Ball has come free into the hands of Parramatta. So another chance blown by the Gold Coast.
The Titans have only had the ball or been tackled 11 times in Parramatta's 20 metres. That means you've got to score long-range tries. You can't build pressure. Defensively on the line, you've got to make a decision. You can make a poor decision, but at least get down there and build some pressure.
Just running through some of the defensive stats for the Gold Coast. 5 players already above 30 tackles. Campbell gets the ball, then slipped with open space in front of him. Going back to the Titans, 5 players with 30-plus tackles. We're only an hour into the game. We've still got a quarter of it remaining. They are massive numbers.
And that is showing why when they do a hit-up, they can't break the line.
Exhausted.
Exhausted. They're trying.
Torpy to Rankin. Rankin tackled and dragged to the ground by Morgan. He's impressed tonight. In fact, it was Chris Hicks, should I say, in his final game. Gadina's Ben Ridge. Campbell to Shrama. Over the top. Sio is there. Takes it beautifully.
20-metre.
And out to the 20. No fuss. No aggro, despite the fact that Parramatta teammates were suggesting he was taken mid-air. It was a confident take, wasn't it?
It was a great take. It was a good kick by Matt Shrama. Lands the ball on a spot. 2 Titans players coming through. See how everything he's done tonight has been 100% perfect, outstanding.
Hindmarsh looking to play out the back to Shackleton and/or Burt. Manor back onto the field. Had a good long rest, Timmy. We weren't sure if we'd see him again with that hamstring strain as it goes to Jared Hayne. He pops it in the air, a test for Jordan Rankin. Parramatta chase there wasn't as enthusiastic as what we've seen so far tonight, so it allowed Rankin to get the ball unchallenged as we go down to the sideline with Gary.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that Steve Kearney's decided Jared Hayne, the experiment at 5'8" is over. He's a fullback, but I just want to throw this to you as a former half or player in those positions. Luke Burt, hasn't he been impressive playing in the halves in attack?
He's been very good and also creative, setting plays up, and they've shifted the ball a lot more, I think, Parramatta tonight. They've ran some set plays. They haven't really had a halfback all year, and that's why Jared Haynes had to overplay his hand at 5'8".
Here is Bailey. Ball comes free. Now to Campbell. Pops it over to LaFranchi. To Greg Bird. Couldn't get past his opposing defender there. A good quick play. The ball from Bird. Campbell to Shrama. Campbell on the inside, and somehow it ends up in the hands of Nathan Hindmarsh. Off to Matt Keating. Now to Jared Hayne. And Preston, maybe for the second or third time, has been denied an opportunity to have a good shot at the line.
Oh, I thought Preston Campbell was looming up on the inside. He was going to score. We were going to see the crowd erupt. Stolen ball, Nathan Hindmarsh.
Knock on there from Parramatta. Greg Bird comes up with it. So the intensity's gone out of Parramatta's game. 32-0 lead. This is Torpy. His final game tonight. They're farewelling a few, the Gold Coast Titans, of course, Preston and Anthony, as we said earlier, Nathan Friend, Will Matthews, Clinton Torpy, Essie Tonga.
Certainly rebuilding a new football side,
aren't they? Bailey over the 10-metre line. Tackle number 4. Back to Campbell at 7. Long ball over to Mead. And the Titans in for their first.
Bernie, tackle 5. Touchline, please.
63 minutes, 42 seconds. We're going to the video ref, and I'm going to say first look at it. I think there's a question mark and a big one over this. I reckon he's in touch. I think Luke Burt has saved it.
Well, Luke Burt, it's a one-on-one contest between Burt and Mead. He goes in very strong, Luke Burt. Gets a good grab on him. Let's keep an eye on that foot. It touches the ground. Andy Raymond get in that referee's box. Push the red light. The bounce pass by Preston, it created the overlap. But Luke Burt.
No try.
Scrum over here.
They stay at 0, the Titans.
7th time these two sides have played. Gold Coast have won 4, Parramatta 2. The Titans have in fact won both the encounters here at Skilled. Not tonight.
Did very well, Luke Burt. He was caught out of position. He come up and in to make a decision, and Preston threw the ball over his head and had a good grab on Mead, and strong enough to throw him over the sideline.
Come on, come on. Come on, let's go. You all right?
Their inaugural season was 2007. The Gold Coast Titans never been held to nil. Is tonight the night? Let's hope not. For the Gold Coast. Manor. Was he collared a little high by Torpy? Been borderline on a couple of occasions tonight, Clinton Torpy, in what is his final game. Enthusiastic former international. Good quick play the ball. And Hayne in open space again. Splits them. What a tackle though from Michaels. Good play the ball. Looking... No, I thought they were looking to go across field there, but the kick towards the post was taken nicely by Rankin. Right play?
Well, I think Randy Matua having the ball on tackle 5. If a ball player had it, maybe throws it.
Yep.
But a lock having the football and you hear the ref say tackle 5, or you think, kick, I've got to kick.
Result not a bad one for Parramatta, that said. Mead confronted strongly. It was Ryan Morgan involved in the tackle. Also O'Hanlon. Manor is there as well, sliding from hips down. Shrama. Rankin. Oh, beautifully one-handed in from Morgan. 2 tries tonight. And some beautiful work with his hands there. That was sweet.
Well, the Titans are trying anything to try and score. Rankin, a little chip kick down the short side, and Morgan left-handed as well. Very soft touch, taps it back to himself.
While that was happening, Timmy Manor came from the field with that limp perhaps a little worse than what it was when he came off early. Drop ball, 0 tackle for Steve Michaels.
I wonder, Andy, if the Parramatta side are disciplined enough. The game is over at 32-0. Would all of a sudden you be thinking, keeping the nil, keep fighting for 13 minutes?
Has their intensity dropped, though, dramatically?
Well, a couple of drop balls gives me the sense that they're not too worried about it at the moment. Execution's a bit off.
Another drop from the Titans. That's almost hard to say at this point. Completion rate less than 50%, and that's flattering. They've made exactly 100 more tackles than Parramatta. Normally you like to save the best till last, and maybe Parramatta has, but the Titans, they haven't. Shackleton, good shot from Torpy. And also Minicello involved in the tackle. That's good front-on stuff. Matua. Well, I think in the last couple of months, since coming back from a 2-year layoff, has arguably been Parramatta's best player. Burt, the left footer. just a little too long. So back to the 20 we come with 12 minutes remaining. What's Johnny Cartwright thinking on the sideline? How long to pre-season starts?
What do you change? What do you come up with? Do you rely on the players you've brought to make your club better, or do you have to strip it back to basics and start again?
This is Rankin under the tackle of Smith. Good to Ridge in open space. The Titans are going to collect their first points for the night. It has taken almost 70 minutes, but they're finally on the board.
It was a good line ran by Ben Ridge.
Was it necessarily the line or the pace and the energy and enthusiasm within the run?
I think it was both. The two markers, or Smith gets caught engaging the dummy half that creates the hole behind the ruck. Ridge runs a good line at pace, too fast to get through. Parramatta were concerning me that they dropped a little bit.
Yep.
The game was over, their intensity had dropped, their completion rate was starting to, a few back-to-back errors, and it was a good line by Ridge. And O'Dwyer gets him on the board.
First try since round 25, 2009 for Chalky O'Dwyer. Good man, underrated footballer as well. Preston Campbell puts his name on the score sheet with 2 points. Well, he deserves 4 somewhere tonight, doesn't he? As we take a look at the Ridge run, nicely drawing the fullback. Jared Hayne, in fact, asked if it was forward, and he may have some foundation to that argument.
It certainly looked like it floated a little bit forward, but the try was awarded.
Nathan Hindmarsh given a rest. Nathan with 38 tackles, 14 hit-ups. Very busy again in both departments. Another difficult year for Nathan. And the fact he has led by example, as he always does, as captain. No tries, though, interestingly enough, for Nathan Hindmarsh. That means Nudie run. Titans, Lawler, Frankie doing well to hold on to that, but the ball has gone into the Eels.
Yeah, the ball bouncing into Chris Hicks, which is deemed to be a knock-on. LaFranchi has to have 2 grabs at it. Hits Chris Hicks' left hand. I'm going to say that Nathan Hindmarsh next year possibly shouldn't be the captain of the club. I think he's a great leader anyway without being a captain. It puts added pressure on him.
Who should be captain?
Well, I think you've got to build someone for the future. I think maybe his responsibility required on
Nice and tight.
Timmy Manners'
Stay there, Preston.
mantle, Jared Haynes' mantle.
I'm just going quiet so I don't argue with you, that's all. We're going to get on tonight.
He's a great leader, Nathan Hindmarsh, and he's going to do it with or without the captaincy.
Yep. No, I agree with that point, as the Eels look for number 7 tonight. Still, Hayne leaves a couple of Titan players dusted and busted in the background. Penalty, Titans.
Stepped over it. He stepped over it. I just want you to play it properly. I just want you to play it properly.
He's behind me.
Oh, yeah. I didn't realise the magnitude of that one from Jared, but yeah, it was a beauty. Absolute penalty.
Good luck arguing out of that one.
Yeah, no, he's had a look up on the big screen and thought, okay, I'll keep quiet there. Bailey hasn't stopped again, has he? 28 tackles, 14 hit-ups.
Lost. Let go. Oh, I've got a lost call and go with it.
Matty White there. I've run out of ways of saying drop ball, incomplete set.
$14 from 30 in a completion rate,
Yep.
which is really 12 from 30 if you talk about the 2 penalties in the first half.
Wait.
It's the most basic mistakes you can make. It's not trying to ball play,
Yep.
it's dropping them cold. Give every player a football, tell him he's not allowed to put it down for the whole pre-season. We'll see you at Christmas.
It's been done before by a number of coaches over the years. Here is Shackleton, 6 tries to 1. And most dangerous when that man Hayne is involved, but he's left the ball behind. This is the battle for the wooden spoon. The prize in rugby league that no one wants. In years to come, though, all of us fans will only remember 2 stats from 2011. Who were the premiers and who were the wooden spooners? Positions 12 to 15 are all very quickly forgotten. Almost like a quote from the great Ricky Bobby. If you're not first, you're last. You've got 4 girls. I'll explain it later, Noddy. Torpy. Back to Schramer. Now to LaFranchi.
Who is going to be first, Andy? Who is going to win the competition? It is open to anyone.
Hasn't everything changed in the last 8 days with suspension, injury? The Dragons are back. Tigers are firing. And the Eels are in possession inside the final 5 minutes. Moi Moi. Had a strong game tonight, Fui. 13 hit-ups. Busy defensively. Can we finish perfectly for Presto with some points at the end of it? Because he hasn't stopped a game. Only a little fella, and as we saw earlier, when he upended big Fui Moi Moi, isn't afraid to put it all on the line, and there he is beautifully around the bootlaces of Ryan Morgan. Back to Hayne and on to O'Hanlon. Gets past Torpy. Can't get past Matthews and also me. Hayne. Grubber on this occasion, looking for a bounce. Rankin gets it. Then splits a couple Eels. Still going. Then Matua, Lasalo and Hayne will grab a different body part and drag it in a different angle. Looked like a scarecrow for a moment there. Stretched all over the place. Oh, Fui. Rushed in on Luke O'Dwyer. Here's Bailey. For Parramatta, it's not a bad place in the world to finish your season, the Gold Coast. Campbell with a dummy. Almost through. A full set in front. Here is Schramer. Oh, ball around the corner from Matty Schramer. In fact, that was John Cartwright-like to Mark Minicello. Rankin over the top looking for Michaels, is not going to find him. Very easily found CO. He's on the first.
Positionally, CO has been outstanding.
Yep.
Always in the right spot. He's had to take a couple of high balls, one creating a 20-metre tap under pressure on the own goal. Defensively, he's come up and in and tackled Jordan Rankin early in the game.
going to be their biggest loss at Skilled Park. The previous record was 24 points. That was only a couple of weeks ago, so it didn't last long. Smith, CO, couldn't get on the outside of another speedster in Zillman. A night that is their 50th match here at home.
They haven't had much success this year in milestone matches, the Titans. Luke Bailey had a milestone, they lost. Preston Campbell played his 250th, they lost. And now the Titans are playing their 50th game at Skilled Park, and again, lose, and lose comfortably.
Questions, no answers at the moment on the Titans bench. No doubt the Titans dressing room. In fact, the year's probably been bad enough that the break's going to be good. It's going to be positive. Everyone go your own way. See you in a couple of weeks' time. Spinning the ball wide. Rookie on veteran. Well, Frankie with what might be his last hit up as a Titan. They came into this game plenty to play for. And the last penalty will go to the Gold Coast.
No, stop.
The refs pull it back.
Wait till they're on side, man. Wait till they're on side. No. Look, you got guys offside, Matt. It's not my fault.
Oh, well. Into touch. It does. One final play. Is it for Preston Campbell? Over the top. Luke Bailey steaming onto it. He flicks it out the back to Ben Ridge. Inside to David Mead. Try of the night, perhaps.
Possibly the Titans try of the year.
Just grounding, mate. No view at all.
David Mead scored a try against the Sharks with a one-hand pickup that was exciting, but what is their front rower doing on tackle one, getting a chip kick off the tap? Strama had no idea what to do, and Bailey in the middle of the screen leading. There's no fullback in play. It is a perfect kick. It lands in his hands. Few interchanges of passes, and then Mead gets downward pressure.
The only disappointing thing, I guess, is the fact that it wasn't Presto in the middle.
Checking the grounding again, but there's obviously a concern. It's a try, and Preston won't be converting the goal. There's another fella out there with the ball under his arm.
So David Mead will get a try. His 16th for the season in what has been individually a breakout year. What about this? Drama over the top to, we're going to hyphenate his name to Luke Bailey Slater.
And pointed for it. He wanted the kid.
And that is how we finish here at Skilled Stadium. Siren has sounded. And it is the Parramatta Eels doing a number on the Gold Coast Titans. They have won 32 points to 12. Final kick converted by Anthony LaFranchi on what is and has been a disappointing night for the home side. They came in with so much to play for, and they gave it their all, as does every player every week in the NRL. But tonight, pretty simply, nothing was working. That is it for Preston Campbell. A number of retirees here tonight, but Campbell is the big name, the marquee. And as we go down onto the field with Gary Belcher.
Yeah, winners are grinners, and Parramatta, after 7 losses, Feel good tonight, mate, to shake off that wooden spoon, Luke Burt?
Yeah, it's been a tough year, but I guess if we can take anything out of it was we got the win and we got off the bottom of the table, so that was our goal tonight, and I know that we did it.
You really showed the fans what you guys could do right from the opening whistle. It was some wonderful attack from Parramatta. Nice for yourself in the halves and have Jared Hayne back there at fullback.
Yeah, well, mate, he's handy. You just got to give him the ball in the right space, and he kills it. So, yeah, it was a bit of an experiment, me playing half, but I enjoyed it.
And you've got some changes happening next year with a few some pretty good players coming on board, so you'd expect big things. What do you got for to tell the Parramatta fans about next season?
Well, mate, I think we've built a really good squad for next year, and we should be in for a big one, and hopefully a whole lot better than this year.
All right, mate. Well, thanks very much for your time. Good on you, and well done. Was that spoken about during the week, by the way, the wooden spoon? Everyone else talks about it, but you guys?
We never mentioned the word, but we mentioned that we didn't want to lose tonight.
Well, you did well. Good on you, mate.
Cheers,
Thank you.
Yeah, good performance from Luke Burt tonight in an unfamiliar position on the footy field as we take a look at the second half tries. And at half-time, Noddy, this one was beyond doubt. The Eels started similar vein in the second half.
Yeah, Jared Hayne, every time he touched the football, you knew some sort of brilliance was coming. An early kick there to Ben Smith to set up the try.
Benny Smith's second, yeah.
Another kick in the matter of 4 minutes off Jared Hayne. And that was the end of the Titans coming forward. But this was a great line by Ben Ridge. Engaged the markers, did Matt Strama. Luke O'Dwyer supports. And thankfully for the Titans, they get off the 0 and score under the post, converted by Preston.
And this is how it finished. Moment of magic on an otherwise dark night on the Gold Coast. Strama, Bailey, Matthews, Mead. One of the finest tries you'll ever see. It finished 6 tries to 2. Mead and O'Dwyer for the Titans, Campbell and LaFranchi. 2 departing originals, both collecting 2 points. For the Eels, Smith a double, Morgan a double, Hayne and Sio amongst the tries as well. Luke Burt 4 from 6. So that is us. Live on Fox Sports Super Saturday from the Gold Coast as we bid farewell to several of the long-serving players in the National Rugby League. The footy's not over, not by a long shot, because next up on Australia's Sports Leader, enjoy it, it's the Sharks and the Tigers.